I want to talk about why management is a joke. Not the funny kind, the kind where the person telling it is only the one laughing while everyone else is just trying to survive the shift. We've all seen them. The managers who have the motivational quotes on their desk but a look in their eyes that says they haven't felt a real human emotion in a decade. It's 2026, and we're still expected to treat these people like they're some kind of moral authority. Whenever a boss talks to a mentorship while checking their watch during your lunch break, I want you to remember management isn't a personality trait, it's a power dynamic. It's a performance. They want you to believe that their stress is your stress, but the bonus is definitely not your bonus. In a job I used to have, management was less about guidance and more about surveillance. They didn't want to help you do the work, they just wanted to make sure they could take credit for the success and find someone to blame for the failures. We aren't professionals in their eyes, we're just gears that haven't stripped yet. The biggest punchline of working for toxic management is the incompetence task. It's when you have to pay with your time and your sanity for the lack of a plan. At my old job, I spent half my day fixing mistakes that were made 3 levels above me by people making 3 times my salary. The company loves an efficient worker because they can just pile more emergency tasks on top of you. Why would they hire more staff or streamline the process when you're willing to set yourself on fire to keep the department warm? They profit off your desire to do a good job. They realize if they can keep you in a constant state of urgent chaos, you won't have the energy to realize how badly you're being exploited. Your competence is just a tool they use to justify their own laziness. That's the joke. The better you are, the more they break you. There was this one Tuesday. I was working a shift at the old place, already 10 hours deep into a week that felt like a month. I made a tiny, irrelevant mistake. The kind of thing that takes 30 seconds to fix. But my manager didn't see it as a mistake. He saw it as an opportunity. He decided to coach me in front of the entire team. I remember the way he talked, that low, condescending tone, the I'm not mad, I'm disappointed act. I was looking at my bag under the desk, and I realized I could just pick it up. I could walk out the door, get in my car, and I would never have to hear his voice again. The silence of the parking lot felt like a dream. I stayed, because I had bills that didn't care about my dignity. But that was the day the joke stopped being funny. I realized you can't be a team player on a team that's designed to let you loose. I was a ghost from the moment until the day I quit. Toxic management thrives in the surveillance state. It's the constant checking of your status, the questions about why you weren't at your desk for 5 minutes, the feeling that you're being watched even when you're doing everything right. They treat you like a suspect, not a colleague. I'm tired of being told that trust is earned by people who haven't earned a single ounce of my respect. If you have to track my every move to make sure I'm working, you haven't hired a professional, you've hired a prisoner. It's dehumanizing to have to justify your existence around 60 minutes. Management is a joke when they treat people like children and then wonder why the morale is in the basement. They want a workforce that's innovative, but they punish anything that isn't a scripted track response. The management talk only goes one way. When they need a favor, we're all in this together. When you need a raise or a day off for your health, suddenly it's not in the budget or not the right time for the business. It's a hierarchy of lies. They want you to be vulnerable, to tell them what's wrong. They can use that information to manage you out. I saw a posting recently for a job that required high emotional intelligence from its employees. That's just corporate code for being able to handle our abuse without complaining. It's insulting. My life isn't a sacrifice for the company's Q3 goals. It's exhausting to be told you're not committed by someone who would replace you with an AI script if it saved them $50 a week. And what happens when you finally leave that environment? That leader who claimed to care about your career, they don't even look up from their screen when you hand in your notice. You realize that all the coaching and all those development meetings were just scripts. It makes you feel like you never existed. You realize you gave years of your life to people who don't even know what you actually care about. Once you lose that employee ID, you aren't a person to them anymore. You're just a vacancy they need to fill. It's a cold realization that the only person looking out for you in that building was you. All the management talk about being one team was just a way to keep you compliant until they were done with you. Now, I'm not saying every manager is a monster, but the system they work in doesn't reward kindness. It rewards results at any cost. Protect your peace, because that old job proved to me that the company certainly won't. And remember, you're more than your job title. You have a life that matters, and it's waiting for you to stop caring about their metrics. So, leave a comment with the moment you realized your manager was a complete joke. Let's vent. We don't have to pretend here. I'll see you in the next one. Stay lost, but remember, stay together.